Mary, and I'm going to show you how to prepare your Mary's turkey. First of all, have your sink very clean. I take a pair of cooking scissors and cut off the top of the bag with this. You want to completely remove the bag of the turkey. And it's very important that you rinse the bird very well. But before that, you have this plastic wire that, and I just cut it and snip it very easily, that's holding the legs together. You do not want to leave this on while you're cooking the turkey. Your legs will not cook evenly, and it's plastic, so you need to remove it. So usually I just slip off one leg at a time. Pull this out. Then you're going to release the other leg. Sometimes you have to take your scissors again and just cut it off. It's a little easier that way. There. And then remove, the rest of it is inside. You want to remove the entire thing. Removing it. And we do get calls about this. It can be a little frustrating because the inside of the plastic you need to push and release, not to pull apart. So I'm going to do what I tell everyone to do when they call on our turkey hotline. Take the inside and push it together. There we go. I pulled it out. This is what you're pulling out. Very important that you remove that. Now you start the process. I'm going to cut off a little bit of that there. I like to cut off this part off the bottom of the turkey. Some people like to leave it on. Some people like it for their gravy. Now I'm going to take my filtered water. First of all, don't forget, there's two ends to the turkey that you need to remove things. One end will have the neck in it, which you need to remove. You might want to boil it for gravy. It's up to you. And then I'm going to flip the turkey over. Between the legs is usually where the neck is. And then on the other side where the neck was removed, there's a bag of giblets. This is where you have the liver and the heart. So you want to remove both of those. Then I'm going to just cut off a little bit of the skin there. I'm going to use my filtered water and totally rinse the bird really, really well. My sink is very clean. Before you start, I'm going to rinse everything out really well, both cavities. Then I'm going to take some paper towels and we're going to pat it dry before I put it in the roasting pan here. So I'm patting it dry. Especially the inside of the cavity, you want to really rinse it out well. Okay. Now this is a 16-pound bird. I usually cook a 23, 24-pound for Thanksgiving, but I save those for you to go to the store. Okay. Still kind of patting the turkey dry, especially on the inside of the cavity before you add the dressing. Now you want the breast meat on the top, not the back, of course. This is the part you're going to be trying to brown. Okay, now it's ready to stuff. I'm going to cut off a little bit more right here. And this is totally your preference, what you prefer. I have my dressing already made. The recipe is on marysturkeys.com. So we're going to go ahead and put the dressing in. And this is very important that you do not do this the night before. You put the dressing in just before you're going to put the turkey in the oven. Do not, you can make your dressing the night before, but do not put in the turkey till just before you put it in the oven. It's very critical. Now I went ahead and put this in, but I want to show you the next part that's real important. Okay. I only use butter and chicken broth when I'm cooking my whole body turkey. I do not use salt. It dries the turkey out. I've had several chefs tell me that. Besides, there's enough salt in the butter. I do use salted butter. So, you want to take the butter right from the refrigerator and just slice off thin slices of butter, or thick. You want them to be firm and hard though, so you don't want to have soft butter, because you're going to take your hand and you're going to just put your fingers just under the skin on the turkey breast to loosen it up so there's a space between the turkey breast and the skin, because this is where you're going to slide in these pats of butter. Just take your hand, slide it in as far as it will go. These will melt as it's cooking. I'm going to stick one there. I like lots of butter. I just don't think Thanksgiving's the day you need to watch your weight. So you can also, of course, use olive oil and herbs and slide it under the skin too. Whatever your preference is. Coconut oil also is a good choice. So I put lots of butter underneath. And what's really important is to rub butter. I rub butter all over the turkey or all over, or use an oil. You can use butter or an oil, but I put it all over the outside to seal in the juices. I am going to pour it completely all over the turkey to seal in the juices. It's going to create a very golden, beautiful, crisp skin when the turkey's done. Be sure you have enough to cover all the legs. There we go. And it will cook perfectly for you with a thermometer. Always have the temperature at 325. Do not go higher. You don't want to cook a turkey too fast. You will dry it out. Also, I want you to pull the turkey out between 160 and 165 with the thermometer in the thickest part of the thigh, between the breast and the thigh. I'm going to take this thermometer, place it in the thigh, because the last part of the turkey to cook is the thigh. You want to go straight down for the thickest part of the thigh without touching the bone, and leave it in the turkey. This is even better. The kind that are outside the oven, same thing, place the thermometer, the thickest part of the thigh, go straight down. You put this on the outside of the oven, set it at what temperature you want it to be brought out at, which I set it at 160 to between 160 and 165. When the alarm goes off, that's the temperature of the turkey. You pull it out, let it rest for half an hour. It's cooked perfectly. Now, the other thing you want to do is put 2 to 3 to 4 cups of chicken broth at the bottom of the pan, depending on how large your turkey is. 4 cups if it's about 24 pounds, less if it's a smaller turkey. You want to use either water or chicken broth. It helps the moisture in the oven. I can't emphasize enough the 2 things you must have when you roast a turkey. Chicken broth or water if you forget, but definitely a thermometer. Without the thermometer, every oven is different. Different people open the oven. That changes the time. There is no set certain minutes per turkey, per pound. Never. You will, over any poultry, turkey or chicken, if you cook it too long, it will become tough and dry. Very important that once the meat is no longer pink, it's done. That's why I pull it out between 160 and 165. It sits out for half an hour and rests while you prepare the rest of your meal. And during that time, it's going to go up 10 more degrees. 165 is safe. It'll go all the way up to 175. Thank you. If you have any questions, go to marysturkeys.com.